Hi, welcome to Vision classes. It's a classes for IGCSE, GCSE student. So today we have to discuss the physics syllabus for exam 2026, 27 and 28. So this syllabus recently released by Cambridge Board. You can see on the left hand side part, this part, I have just extracted all the points and topics for exam 2026, 27 and 28, and this one is complete syllabus copy is there, which is released by Cambridge Board. So we will straight away move on to the here subject contents. So you have 6 topics are there: motion, forces and energy, thermal physics, waves, electricity, magnetism, nuclear physics and space physics part. So these are physics, even there were in the earlier syllabus as well, so there are no changes at all. Subject assessment: so for core student, actually you have to give the paper 1 and paper 3. Fine. Paper 1 is of MCQ based and paper 3 it's a theory based question paper will be there, and extended paper 2 and paper 4, again paper 2 here MCQ and paper 4 is subjective. You have to write the short answers and structured question answers. So then nextly practical papers, paper 5 and paper 6 you will be having alternative. Fine. Then subject content: motion, forces and energy. You have around, you can see here 8 topics are there. Okay, so the left hand side part, this part here, it's a for core as well as extended student. This one, this left hand side part, core plus extended, and this one, this subject content only for the extended student, extra content will be there. So if you look at here, then measurement topics are there. Okay, so for extended student, they have to learn extra thing about the distance, speed, time, mass, energy, temperature. Their related examples are there. Fine. Then nextly motion. We have a distance traveled, all right, average speed, sketching the graphs. Okay, so acceleration, deceleration part are there, distance time graph. Fine. Then for extended student, they have to learn and understand the acceleration, speed, time graphs, constant acceleration, changing acceleration. Then nextly motion graphs are there. So object falling under in the uniform gravitational field with or without air, liquid, resistance, and even solve the problems. Then third one, mass, weight problems are there, their differences. Okay, then example relating to the mass and weight are there for extended student. Fine. Then nextly density concept: rho is equal to m by v. So for extended student, actually they have to understand whether one liquid will float on another liquid based on the density, understanding of concept relating to the density of a liquid basically. And forces: so under forces you have a effect of forces. Here you can see the turning effect of forces and center of gravity, speed increase, radius decrease. Then if the forces increases, then these are some of the basically criterias are there that you have to understand for even extra for the extended student. Both and core and extended student, you have to understand the turning effect of forces concept, examples are there. Fine. For extended student, they have to understand and apply this concept to solve the real life problems as well. Nextly, center of gravity concept. So center of gravity, then center of gravity of irregularly shaped lamina. Okay, we have to apply and solve the problem. Then next one is momentum concept. More specifically, I would say it's a concept for extended student. So what's the momentum? Mass times velocity. Okay, and their concept, principle of conservation of momentum. Then nextly, energy concept. So basic energy concept, their forms are there for both core as well as extended student, but extended student, they have a kinetic energy, potential energy based examples. Okay, examples. Then principle of conservation of energy, then complex examples will be there. Fine. Then next one, here we have a work is equal to F times D displacement. Then we have energy resources. Now energy resources, there are many forms of energy, and their energy resources, their advantages, disadvantages are there for both core as well as. Then nextly, for extended student, they have to understand energy released by nuclear fusion. Nextly, energy efficiency concepts to solve the complex problem. Then both core as well as extended student, they have a concept called here power is equal to work done over time or energy per unit time. Then nextly pressure. This pressure actually force per unit area, and this is for both core as well as extended student. Then pressure in case of liquid changes, then pressure beneath the surface of the liquid are therefore only extended student. All right, so these are the 8 topics are there for motion, forces and energy. Then next one is the thermal physics part. So thermal physics part involves the heat. Okay, we have been teaching this Cambridge syllabus since 6-7 years now. So many of our students got A star grades. Okay, so suppose if you want to connect with us, I have left the contact in the description box, so you can connect straight away. So here, coming back to the thermal physics part, we have 3 topics are there. First one, kinetic particle model of a matter, state of matter, fine, solid, liquid, gases. We have to understand how matter behaves when the temperature increases. Then gases and absolute scale temperature. So we have a degree Kelvin, degree Celsius temperature measurement units are there. Then nextly we have a PV is equal to constant. For the extended student only, you have to understand, fine. Then thermal heat capacity of solid, liquid, gases. Then specific heat capacity and concept relating to it more in-depthly are there for extended student. Even numerical related specific heat capacity are there for extended student. For core student, just you have to understand what's the specific heat capacity, the amount of heat required to raise the 1 kg of mass by 1 degree Celsius. That's it. All right. Then next concepts are boiling, melting and evaporation. Okay, so how energy escape in case of evaporation. Okay, boiling, melting. So then nextly temperature changes, surface area, air movement, all these factors how affect in case of evaporation. Understanding of concept relating to the evaporation are there for extended student. Fine. Then nextly energy transfer. Okay, we have 3 different modes of energy transfers are there: conduction, convection and radiation. Some of the concepts are there for core student and extra concept added for extended student. Extended student, you have to learn and understand in-depthly each and every topic, so that you will be able to apply this knowledge to solve any question in the exam. So in the exam, if you look at the previous paper, any question paper, you will be having 30 to 40% of the paper just a theory will be there, and remaining 60 to 70% of the paper is on examples, numerical questions will be there. So you have to focus or concentrate more on the solving the more and more examples and applying this basic theory part to solve any question. That's it. All right, then next part is radiation. Radiation concept relating to the radiation, both core as well as extended student. And for extended student, you have to understand how rate at which it receives the more or less energy, then factor controlling the incoming radiation, fine, and radiation emitted from the earth surface, distinguishing between good emitter, bad emitter, okay, good absorber, bad absorber, fine. Emission of radiation depend upon the surface temperature and surface area as well. These concepts are you have to means extended student have to understand. Consequence of thermal energy transfer. Okay, so heat of the object such as the kitchen pans, then heating a room by convection. So then extended student, they have to understand the thermal energy transfer in case of fire burning, in case of wood, coal, radiators in the car. These are applications are there, they have to understand. Then next one is wave. So wave, it's a short sweet topic is there, but here also you will be having some theory part is there, some numericals are there. Okay, but here you have just 4 topics are there: general properties of waves, light, then electromagnetic spectrum and sound. So in the general properties of wave, both core as well as extended student, they have a basic wave, then their properties are there, fine. Then nextly you have to understand even different forms of waves: P waves, S waves, nextly longitudinal waves, transverse waves, their differences. Light, actually in the light concept you have to understand the angle of incident, angle of reflection, okay, then mirror image formed on the plane mirror, properties, fine, construction, measurement of angles. Then nextly here even basic experimental part is there in the reflection of light. Now for extended student, you have to understand the refractive index. N is equal to sine I upon sine R, and N is equal to 1 upon sine C, which is critical angle. Then extended student, you have to understand the uses of optical fiber. Then nextly you have a lenses. So for lenses, you have to understand the focal length, principal axis, principal focal length, then different characterization or different types of images formed on these lenses, convex and concave lenses. You have to understand their properties. Okay, for extended student, you have to understand this formation of virtual diagrams, okay, magnifying glasses, then converging and diverging glasses, lenses, okay, and their properties as well. Then nextly dispersion of a light. So dispersion of light, how 7 colors are formed up from the single monochromatic light and their uses. All right, then next one is electromagnetic spectrum. And now here you have a many topics are there. I will not be able to read all of them in here, but in the electromagnetic spectrum, you have to understand the different types of waves, okay, and the spectrums and their applications. So for example, just take the ultraviolet light, okay, X-rays, how it is used in the reality or in different application of these rays. You have to understand here radio waves, microwaves, then infrared, visible light, X-rays, gamma rays, all these waves are there. Okay, then next one is for actually extended student, this electromagnetic radiations and their applications such as mobile phones, Bluetooth, then optical fiber. These things you have to understand, even difference between digital analog signals, then how they are transmitted, what are their benefits and things like that you have to understand. And last one is the sound. Again, you have to understand their properties, how sound are formed, okay. Then nextly, what's a sound? Someone asked what's a sound to the science student, then your answer must be the vibration of particle is sound. Not a sound just makes the noise. No, you have a human hearing capacity and speed of sound in air. Then for extended student, they have to understand the ultrasound and their properties, their applications. Then nextly, electricity and magnetism. So electricity and magnetism, you have nearly 5 topics are there, and this one is little lengthy topic, okay, because you have many symbols are there. Then basic concepts are there, difference between the magnetic, non-magnetic material. All right, so for extended student, they have to understand magnetic field effect, fine. Then there are diagrams. In the electric quantities, they have to understand positive, negative charges, okay, so they are units, right? Then they state the direction of electric field even. Then for extended student, you have to understand the simple electric field pattern, then electric field around the point, around the charge, the conducting shape, then two opposite charged parallel conducting plates, fine. Then nextly, electric current flow of charges, fine, for extended student. Then nextly, conventional current in the form of positive to negative. Nextly, here we have a electromagnetic force and the potential difference concept is there. So what's the electromagnetic force and all are there for core student and extended student. Numerical questions based on this. E is equal to W over Q, fine, electromagnetic force. Then nextly, resistance. So resistance, then resistance using voltmeter, ammeter concept is there. Then current voltage graph for the resistor of constant resistance. Then nextly, electric conductor, resistance is directly proportional to length, resistance is inversely proportional to the cross-sectional area. All right, then electric energy and electric power is equal to P is equal to IV. Then equation of electric energy, which is E is equal to IVT, and numerical based on this part also therefore extended student. Then circuit diagram, circuit components are there. So circuit components such as switches, generator, potential divider, resistor, all these are involved. Okay, then nextly series and parallel circuit. Okay, this is also important topic. Fine, you will get the numerical questions on this spot. Extended student, you have to learn it and it in depthly. Okay, then nextly action and use of circuit components. Okay, then electrical safety. So safety measures are important in the while handling the electric component. Okay, then the hazards such as damage to insulation, overheating, then damp conditions. All right, then excess current from the overloading of plugs. All these things you have to understand. All right, then next part is electromagnetic effect. So in the electromagnetic effect, you have a electromagnetic induction, AC generator, magnetic effect of current. All right, and you have a means for extended student, numericals are there on this part. Okay, core student have to just understand what's these topic means. Fine, means forces on the current carrying conductor, magnetic effect, AC generator. Just you have to understand the basic concept. That's it. For extended student, they have to understand even examples on this part as well. Then forces on current carrying conductor, then DC motor, transformers. Fine, transformer application of transformers where they are utilized. Then nextly the numericals on this transformer part are there for extended student. All right, then you have a concept called a power. So power is equal to I square or power losses in the cable. Then nextly fifth part, that is nuclear physics. In the nuclear physics, if you look at it here, you have just two topics are there. One is nuclear model of atom and other one is radioactivity. In the nuclear model of atom, so what's a atom, then electron, proton, okay, alpha, beta, gamma rays, their properties. Fine, three types of nuclear emissions, alpha, beta, gamma. Okay, for extended student, you have to understand the numericals based on this alpha, beta, gamma radiations. Okay, their charges on them. Then kinetic energy, electric charges. Okay, radioactive decay part is there. So this decay part actually and half-life part is covered in depthly for extended student and core student. Just you have to understand the what's a radioactive decay and what's a half-life. That's it. For extended student, they have to understand the neutron is equal to a proton plus electron. All right, then alpha, beta, gamma decay. So what's a half-life, what are the consequences, fine, what are the applications actually. Then nuclear safety part is one of the interesting and important part, and from this part you will get the simple 1 mark 2 mark questions. Okay, then last part, which is recently Cambridge board has introduced in the syllabus. Okay, so that's a space physics. Recently lot of research is going on about the space and all. Okay, other planets and things like that. So they have introduced the sixth topic, that is the earth. Fine, then the orbital radius. Okay, the average orbital speed. Fine, so these concepts are there for a core student. You have to understand the basic concepts are there given here. Fine, motion of the sun, earth, okay, moon. Then for extended student, even numericals are there. Some of the extra concepts are included. All right, then solar system, whole solar system you have to understand the stars, sun, different planets are there. Okay, then asteroid belts. Okay, how they are affecting. Fine, then nextly for extended student, elliptical orbit, their concept relating to it are there. Orbital duration, density, surface temperature, then uniform gravitational field strength concepts are there. Okay, so nextly here you have in the solar system, strength of gravitational field, how it affect from the planet to planet. Fine, then sun's gravitational field decreases, increases, how it goes on increasing, decreasing, things like that are there. Fine, then nextly sun as a star. So sun as a star, here you have to understand the hydrogen, helium, how they radiate the energy, visible light, ultraviolet radiations. Then nextly, stars. The galaxies are made up of billions of stars, right? Sun is also one of the star, fine. So known as even Milky Way, all right. So even concept relating to the light here are there for extended student, fine. Then describe the life cycle of the star, fine. Formation of star, these concepts are there. Protostar, fine. Then nextly, the nebula, then red supergiant explosion, all these concepts are there for the extended student. Okay, then nextly, universe. This one is lost concept in the space physics. So universe, Milky Way, fine, red shaped, then light emitted from the distant galaxies. All right, so for the student, more specifically, you have to understand the cosmic microwave background radiation concept relating to CMBR, fine. Then here you have some even Hubble constant related concepts are there that you have to understand, and even you have to go through some numerical based on this part, fine. Yeah, that's it. These are the topics are there for both core as well as extended student, fine. So if you look at what are the changes they have introduced here, you can see the changes. This syllabus, there are no changes at all. September 2023 syllabus, so it's a more or less same. The syllabus is the key to get even a star grade, because if you know syllabus very well, then you can accordingly plan and understand all the topics, so that you will be able to solve any question in that comes in exam. I hope you got the better idea about the syllabus, fine. Suppose if you want to connect with us for regular classes and things like that, I have left the contact in the description box. Thank you.